Imagine if I told you that inside your belly right now, there's a tiny army of trillions of soldiers fighting to keep you healthy every single day. And what if I said that most people accidentally starve this army or even poison it without knowing it? Hi, I'm here to share something that completely changed my understanding of health, and it's going to blow your mind. Stick with me, I'm going to tell you a story about how your stomach is actually your body's superhero headquarters, and how feeding it the right foods can make you almost bulletproof against getting sick. Let me start with my friend Sarah. She's a mom of 2 who used to catch every cold her kids brought home from school. She was tired all the time, got sick at least once a month, and honestly felt like her body was failing her. Then she learned what I'm about to share with you. 6 months later, she hadn't been sick once. Her kids got the flu, her husband got a bad cold, but Sarah? Nothing. She felt like she had superpowers. The crazy part? Sarah didn't take any expensive supplements or medicine. She just started eating differently based on some mind-blowing discoveries scientists made about what's actually living inside our stomachs. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly what she did, why it works, and how you can do it too. The amazing world inside your belly. Okay, so first things first. You know how when you look at the night sky, you see all those stars? Well, inside your stomach and intestines, there's basically a universe just as amazing. Right now, as you're listening to this, you have more tiny living creatures inside you than there are stars in the galaxy. I'm talking about bacteria, but not the scary kind that make you sick. These are the good guys. Think of your gut like a bustling city. In this city, you have about 100 trillion residents. That's more than 10,000 times the population of Earth. These tiny residents are working 24/7 to keep you healthy. They're like the world's tiniest factory workers, police officers, and doctors all rolled into one. But here's the thing that shocked me when I first learned about it. Most of your immune system, that's your body's defense team against germs and sickness, doesn't live in your blood or your bones like I always thought. It lives in your gut. About 80% of it, actually. It's like having the Pentagon in your stomach. So when your gut bacteria are happy and well-fed, they're basically running the best security system in the world. But when they're starving or under attack from bad food, it's like having sleepy, grumpy security guards who keep letting the bad guys through. The story of good bacteria versus bad bacteria. Let me tell you this like a fairy tale, because that's honestly what it feels like to me. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of your gut, there lived 2 types of creatures. The good bacteria were like helpful garden gnomes. They cleaned up messes, fixed broken things, and kept the garden, your gut, beautiful and healthy. The bad bacteria were like mischievous goblins who loved to cause trouble and make messes. When the good garden gnomes had plenty of their favorite foods, they were strong and outnumbered the goblins. The kingdom was peaceful, the walls were strong, and no invaders could get through. But when the gnomes were starved or poisoned by junk food, they became weak. The goblins multiplied, the walls crumbled, and chaos ensued. Now, what do these good bacteria gnomes love to eat? They absolutely go crazy for fermented foods. Think of fermented foods as magical gnome treats that make them multiply and become super strong. My friend Maria discovered this by accident. She started eating kimchi, that spicy fermented cabbage from Korea, because she liked the taste. After 2 weeks, she realized she hadn't had her usual afternoon energy crash. After a month, she stopped getting those annoying sinus infections she'd been fighting for years. The kimchi was feeding her good bacteria, and they were returning the favor by keeping her healthy and energized. The magic of fermented foods. So what exactly are fermented foods? Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Remember how people used to preserve food before refrigerators existed? They figured out that if you let certain foods sit in a special way, good bacteria would move in and basically transform the food into something even better. That's fermentation. It's like having tiny chefs make your food more delicious and more healthy. Think of fermented foods as preloaded with good bacteria soldiers. When you eat them, it's like sending reinforcements to your gut army. Here are the superstars. Yogurt, but not the sugary stuff with cartoon characters on it. I'm talking about plain yogurt with live cultures written on the label. Those live cultures are literally billions of good bacteria waiting to join your gut army. Kefir. This is like yogurt's superpowered cousin. It's a drink that looks like a thick smoothie and contains way more types of good bacteria than regular yogurt. I like to think of it as the Navy SEALs of the fermented food world. Sauerkraut. This is just cabbage that's been fermented, but it becomes like a probiotic powerhouse. My German grandmother ate this stuff every day and lived to 97. Coincidence? I don't think so. Kimchi, the spicy Korean version that I mentioned earlier. It's like sauerkraut's exciting cousin who traveled the world and learned martial arts. Kombucha. This fizzy tea drink might look weird, but it's packed with good bacteria and has become super popular because people notice they feel better when they drink it. The cool thing is, each of these foods contains different types of good bacteria. It's like having different specialists in your gut army. Some are great at fighting infections, others are amazing at boosting energy, and some are experts at keeping inflammation down. The foods that make your gut bacteria super strong. Now, sending in good bacteria is only half the battle. You also need to feed them the right foods once they're in there. This is where it gets really interesting. Your good bacteria have favorite foods just like you do. And their absolute favorite foods are called prebiotics. Don't let the fancy names scare you. Prebiotics are just special types of fiber that your gut bacteria absolutely love. Think of prebiotics like premium fuel for a race car. Regular food is like regular gasoline. It gets the job done. But prebiotics are like rocket fuel that makes your gut bacteria perform at superhero levels. Here's the amazing part. These foods are probably already in your kitchen. Garlic and onions. These aren't just flavor enhancers, they're like candy for your good bacteria. Every time you cook with garlic and onions, you're basically throwing a party for your gut army. Bananas, especially the slightly green ones. These contain something called resistant starch, which is like a slow-release energy drink for your bacteria. Apples. There's truth to an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but not for the reason most people think. The fiber in apples feeds your good bacteria, and healthy gut bacteria keep you from getting sick. Asparagus. I know, some people hate asparagus, but your gut bacteria absolutely love it. If you can find a way to enjoy it, they'll reward you with better health. Oats. Starting your day with oatmeal is like giving your gut bacteria a hearty breakfast that keeps them energized all day. My neighbor Tom started adding more of these foods to his meals, and within 3 weeks, his chronic heartburn disappeared. His wife couldn't believe it. He'd been taking antacids for years, and all he needed was to feed his gut bacteria better. The incredible discovery about short-chain fatty acids. Okay, here's where the story gets really cool. Scientists discovered that when your good bacteria eat their favorite foods, they don't just get stronger, they actually produce powerful medicine inside your gut. These special compounds are called short-chain fatty acids, but let's just call them gut medicine, because that's basically what they are. Your bacteria literally manufacture personalized medicine for you, 24 hours a day, completely free. This gut medicine does incredible things. It fixes holes in your gut wall. Imagine patching up weak spots in a castle wall. It tells your immune system to calm down when there's no real threat. It reduces inflammation throughout your entire body. It even sends signals to your brain that affect your mood and energy. The most important one is called butyrate. Think of butyrate as your gut's personal repair crew. It goes around fixing damage, strengthening walls, and keeping everything running smoothly. But here's the catch. Your body can't make this stuff on its own. The only way to get it is to feed your good bacteria the right foods so they can make it for you. It's like having a pharmaceutical factory in your stomach, but only if you give the workers the raw materials they need. Why your gut is connected to everything. This is the part that really blew my mind. Scientists used to think your gut was just for digesting food. But it turns out, your gut is connected to literally everything in your body through something called the gut-brain highway, or the vagus nerve. Imagine your gut and your brain are best friends who text each other constantly. Your gut is always sending messages like, "Hey brain, I'm feeling good down here, so you can relax," or, "Oh, we've got problems, send help." This is why when you're nervous, you get butterflies in your stomach. It's also why when your gut is healthy, you feel mentally clear and energetic, but when your gut is messed up, you might feel anxious, tired, or foggy. But it gets even more amazing. Your gut bacteria also control your immune system's response to threats. When your gut is healthy, your immune system is like a well-trained guard dog. It protects you from real threats but stays calm around harmless things. When your gut is unhealthy, your immune system becomes like a paranoid guard dog that barks at everything, including things that shouldn't be threats, like certain foods or even your own body parts. This is why people with gut problems often have allergies, autoimmune issues, or catch every bug that goes around. Their gut bacteria aren't properly training their immune system. The foods that destroy your gut army. Now let's talk about the villains in this story, the foods that basically declare war on your good bacteria. Sugar and artificial sweeteners, these are like poison to your good bacteria. Sugar feeds the bad bacteria instead of the good ones, and artificial sweeteners can actually kill good bacteria. It's like accidentally poisoning your own army. Ultra-processed foods, You know, the stuff that comes in boxes and bags with ingredient lists that sound like chemistry homework. These foods often contain preservatives that are literally designed to kill bacteria. They don't care if it's good bacteria or bad bacteria, they kill everything. Too many antibiotics? Now, don't get me wrong, antibiotics save lives and are sometimes absolutely necessary. But they're like dropping a nuclear bomb on your gut bacteria. They kill everything, good and bad. If you have to take antibiotics, you need to rebuild your gut army afterward. Chronic stress. This one surprised me. When you're constantly stressed, your body produces hormones that actually harm your good bacteria. It's like having a stressed out boss who makes all the employees quit. Not enough sleep. Your gut bacteria have their own daily rhythm, just like you do. When you don't get enough sleep, you mess up their schedule too. I had a friend who lived on energy drinks and fast food during finals week in college. By the end of the week, he was getting sick, felt terrible, and could barely concentrate. He thought it was just stress, but it was actually his gut bacteria sending out distress signals. The amazing gut-lung connection. Here's something that completely blew my mind. Scientists recently discovered that your gut bacteria actually train your lungs how to fight off respiratory infections. It's like your gut is a military academy, and it's constantly sending trained soldiers up to your lungs to teach them how to recognize and fight off invaders. People with healthy gut bacteria get fewer colds, recover faster from flu, and have stronger respiratory systems overall. This explains why some people seem to never get sick while others catch everything. It's not just luck or good genes, it's gut health. During the last few years, when everyone was worried about respiratory infections, the people who stayed healthiest often had one thing in common. They had been taking care of their gut health, sometimes without even knowing it. How to start rebuilding your gut army today. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, this sounds amazing, but where do I start? Don't worry, I'm going to make this super simple. Start with one fermented food. Just one. Go to the store and pick something that looks interesting. Maybe it's kefir, maybe it's sauerkraut, maybe it's kombucha. Start with small amounts because your gut needs time to adjust. It's like slowly introducing new friends to your social circle. My friend Lisa started with just 1 spoonful of sauerkraut with her lunch every day. She thought it was weird at first, but within 2 weeks, she noticed she had more energy in the afternoons. After a month, she realized she hadn't gotten her usual monthly cold. Add some prebiotic foods. Remember, these are the foods that feed your good bacteria. Start cooking with more garlic and onions. Throw some asparagus on your dinner plate. Have an apple as a snack. Eat oatmeal for breakfast sometimes. Drink more water. Your gut bacteria need water to do their job properly. Think of it like keeping your gut city's water supply flowing. Get better sleep. I know, easier said than done, but your gut bacteria literally have their own sleep schedule. When you sleep better, they work better. Find ways to chill out. Stress is like kryptonite to good bacteria. Whether it's taking a walk, listening to music, or just taking a few deep breaths, find something that helps you relax. What to expect as your gut gets healthier? Here's the cool part. As your gut health improves, you'll probably notice changes in ways you wouldn't expect. Energy changes. Many people notice they have more steady energy throughout the day. No more 3 p.m. crashes. Better mood. Remember that gut-brain connection? A happier gut often means a happier you. Fewer sick days. Your improved gut army gets better at fighting off infections. Better sleep. A healthy gut produces compounds that actually help you sleep better. Clearer skin. Your gut health shows up on your face. Many people notice their skin clears up. Less bloating and digestive issues. Obviously, when your gut is healthier, digestion works better. But here's the important part. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to rebuild your gut army. Think of it like renovating a house. You don't tear everything down and rebuild it in a day. You do it gradually, room by room. Some people notice changes in a few days, others take a few weeks or even months. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. The seasonal approach to gut health. Here's something cool I learned. Just like you probably eat different foods in summer versus winter, your gut bacteria also have seasonal preferences. Spring. This is like spring cleaning for your gut. It's a great time to add fresh fermented vegetables and lighter foods. Think of it as helping your gut bacteria wake up from winter hibernation. Summer, your gut bacteria love fresh, raw fermented foods during hot weather. Cold kefir smoothies, fresh sauerkraut, and kombucha are perfect. Fall, time to prep your immune system for winter. Heartier fermented foods, bone broth, and warming spices help your gut bacteria get ready for cold season. Winter, your gut bacteria need more support during cold, dark months. Warmer fermented foods, hearty soups with fermented additions, and cozy foods that support your gut army. What to do when you feel something coming on. You know that feeling when you think you might be getting sick? Your throat feels a little scratchy, or you're more tired than usual. Here's what I do now, and it works amazingly well. I immediately double up on fermented foods. Extra kefir, more sauerkraut, maybe some miso soup. I think of it like calling in reinforcements from my gut army. I also make sure I'm getting enough sleep and staying hydrated. I avoid sugar completely because I don't want to feed the bad bacteria when my system is already stressed. Most of the time, I either don't get sick at all, or if I do, it's much milder and shorter than it used to be. My sister used to get terrible sinus infections that would last for weeks. Now when she feels one coming on, she does this routine, and usually the infection never fully develops. The simple daily routine that changes everything. After learning all this, I developed a simple daily routine that has completely transformed my health. It's so simple that even on my busiest days, I can stick to it. Morning, I start with a glass of kefir or some yogurt with live cultures. Sometimes I add some berries or a banana. It's like sending the morning shift to my gut army. Lunch, I try to include something fermented, maybe sauerkraut on my sandwich, or kimchi with my meal. Just a few bites. Dinner, I cook with garlic and onions whenever possible. I also try to include some vegetables that feed my good bacteria. Before bed, sometimes I have some chamomile tea or just focus on relaxing so my gut bacteria can do their repair work while I sleep. That's it. Nothing complicated, nothing expensive, just simple foods that support my internal army. The biggest mistakes people make. After talking to lots of people about gut health, I've noticed a few common mistakes that prevent people from seeing results. Mistake number 1. Expecting instant results. Your gut took time to get unhealthy, and it takes time to rebuild. Be patient. Mistake number 2. Going overboard too fast. Don't suddenly eat huge amounts of fermented foods. Start small and gradually increase. Your gut needs time to adjust. Mistake number 3. Focusing only on probiotics and ignoring prebiotics. It's like sending soldiers into battle but forgetting to send food supplies. You need both. Mistake number 4. Continuing to eat gut-destroying foods. You can't out-supplement a bad diet. If you're adding fermented foods but still eating lots of processed junk, you're fighting an uphill battle. Mistake number 5. Giving up too soon. Some people try for a week or two, don't see dramatic changes, and quit. Gut healing is a marathon, not a sprint. The incredible stories I've heard. Since I started talking about gut health, people have shared the most amazing stories with me. There's Mark, who had terrible seasonal allergies for years. After 6 months of focusing on gut health, his allergies were barely noticeable. His doctor was shocked. There's Jennifer, who struggled with anxiety and panic attacks. She started eating fermented foods and noticed her anxiety became much more manageable. It didn't cure everything, but it gave her a foundation to build on. There's Robert, who used to get sick every time he traveled. Now he packs fermented foods for his trips and rarely gets sick, even on international flights. And there's my own mom, who was skeptical at first but started drinking kefir because I kept bugging her about it. She's 72 and has more energy now than she did 10 years ago. These aren't miracle cures, they're just examples of what happens when you give your body what it needs to heal itself. Making it work for your family. If you have kids, this is even more important. Children's gut bacteria are still developing, and the foods they eat now will influence their health for the rest of their lives. The good news is kids often love fermented foods once they try them. Kefir smoothies taste like milkshakes. Many kids love the tanginess of sauerkraut. Kombucha can be like a special fizzy treat. My friend Sarah, remember her from the beginning, now makes kefir smoothies for her kids every morning. She calls them superhero smoothies and tells her kids they're drinking superpowers. The kids love it, and Sarah loves that they're building strong gut armies that will protect them their whole lives. The money-saving truth. One of the best parts about this approach is that it's actually cheaper than being sick all the time. When you're not constantly buying cold medicine, missing work, or dealing with chronic health issues, you save money. Plus, many fermented foods are really inexpensive. Sauerkraut costs a few dollars and lasts for weeks. You can make your own kefir for pennies per glass. Eating more whole foods and fewer processed foods often reduces your grocery bill. My friend Dave calculated that he was spending about $50 a month on antacids, allergy medicine, and cold remedies. Now he spends about $20 a month on fermented foods and rarely needs any of those medications. What the future holds. The research on gut health is exploding right now. Scientists are discovering new connections between gut bacteria and health almost every month. We're learning that gut health affects everything from mental health to skin health to how well we age. In the future, doctors might prescribe specific foods instead of just medicines. We might have personalized nutrition plans based on our individual gut bacteria. We might even be able to prevent many diseases just by taking better care of our gut army. But you don't have to wait for the future. You can start taking advantage of this incredible science right now, today, with your very next meal. Your gut health journey starts now. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Every fermented food you eat, every prebiotic food you add, every good choice you make is like sending reinforcements to your internal army. Your gut bacteria have been with you your entire life, working tirelessly to keep you healthy. Now it's time to return the favor and give them what they need to do their job even better. Start small. Pick one thing from this video and try it this week. Maybe it's adding some sauerkraut to your lunch, or trying kefir for the first time, or cooking with more garlic and onions. Listen to your body. Pay attention to how you feel. Notice your energy levels, your mood, how often you get sick. Keep a simple journal if that helps. Be patient with yourself. Remember, you're literally rebuilding the ecosystem inside your body. That takes time, but it's so worth it. And most importantly, remember that every single day, you get to choose what you feed your internal army. Will you feed them junk food that makes them weak and grumpy? Or will you feed them the foods that make them strong, happy, and ready to protect you? The choice is yours, and it's a choice you get to make 3 times a day, every single day for the rest of your life. Your gut army is waiting. They're ready to make you healthier, more energetic, and more resilient than you've ever been. All they need is for you to give them the right fuel. So, what are you going to feed your gut army today? I'd love to hear about your gut health journey. Drop a comment below and let me know what fermented food you're going to try first. And if you found this helpful, please share it with someone who could use a stronger gut army. Don't forget to subscribe for more simple, science-backed health tips that actually work in real life.